It's good to have you on the program. I just want to start off by getting your initial thoughts of that broadcast.
Well, it's really peculiar that CNN invited Trump to come on for this town hall. It was a strange format, and CNN had to know that Trump would just come on and recite his usual lies. And Trump just dominated CNN, as he so often dominates liberals throughout this whole thing. When CNN offered to bring him on, Trump went on the news and said that, well, they needed those great Trump ratings, assuming that the ratings would go up during his town hall. And he insulted CNN. He said maybe they wouldn't just purvey fake news anymore, maybe they would take his line. And then CNN brought him on, and he did just what anyone would expect, which is that he treated the interviewer without respect. He called her names and he repeated his lies. What's more, they put him in a studio audience with a lot of supporters. So there were a lot of cheers during his lies, which again was a very strange thing for CNN to do. And they've taken a lot of criticism, including by their own journalists, for what they've done.
Right, and we also heard Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez also say it was irresponsible of CNN to have Donald Trump on their channel, and that they are giving him a platform to kind of spread what they describe as fake news.
Indeed, I think I agree with her. It's really very strange. And I'm not sure exactly why CNN did this. Of course, we have a free press here, and the CNN reports what Trump says. They correct his mistakes and his falsehoods in the reporting. But of course, they report what he says. He's the former president. He's running for president again. He's certainly going to be his party's nominee. So that's as it should be. But to give him over an hour to sit there with an interviewer in front of a friendly studio audience and just pontificate and tell his lies, again, was a very strange thing for CNN to do, and not something that it's done before. This is something that Fox News would be expected to do, but not CNN. It's a responsible network.
What do you think the chances of him getting reelected are, especially when President Biden's approval rates are so low?
Well, I think, Trump has a lot of liabilities, of course, but the Democrats have not yet proven that they know how to stand up to this guy. Trump still steamrolls Biden. Biden is doing many things right. His domestic policies are actually working out very well. He's doing a great job with foreign policy, and yet he does a miserable job. His people, his operatives, the Democratic Party, does a terrible job of advertising how well he's doing with his policy, and also what a disaster it would be if Trump were president right now. Could you imagine what Ukraine and Europe would look like right now if Donald Trump were president? Putin would probably occupy larger swaths of Ukraine. The Baltic states would either have been invaded or be bracing for an invasion. Perhaps Poland would be too. The Western alliance would not have been united. Biden has united the entire democratic world behind Ukraine, and he's done a tremendous job of this. Trump would never have done this. He wouldn't even wanted to have done it. In fact, he made clear in his CNN town hall tonight that he didn't even take Ukraine's side. For the Democrats not to leverage this for political ends, and to tell the world, tell the United States, tell American voters what the world would be like with Trump as president is just bad messaging. And unfortunately, as long as they continue with this very lame messaging, as long as they don't take it to Trump, and as long as they do as bad a job as they're doing of advertising their own formidable accomplishments, Trump has a very good shot at being reelected. That, of course, would be a disaster for American democracy.
Well, it's going to be interesting to see how the race unfolds in the time to come. Professor Stephen Fish, thank you so much for being with us here on the NewsHour.
My pleasure.